In this episode, we talk about joining the outlaw motorcycle club and getting caught up in disciplinary action. Sometimes things go wrong, everybody makes mistakes, and we're gonna talk about a message that I received from a Nomad 1%'er's old lady where she did something that got him caught up. So this is a good learning lesson for everybody. Let's get into it. Big shout to the Ghosts and the Ghost Sets. Welcome to Sose The Ghost TV, which is sponsored by Demons Row, the holy grail of MC culture. And today we're gonna talk about being in the outlaw club and your old lady does something that gets you put in a position with the president, with the Sgt At Arms. We're gonna break down this message right here. And I've personally experienced situations where I have a brother that had an old lady where they actually had to take her cut because she messed up so many times. So this does happen. Like, your old lady could get you jammed up. You could jam your old lady up. You have to show them, because if they're new to the culture and they don't understand certain things, it falls on you no matter what happens. Even if it's something that you think goes without saying, it never does. Don't assume that people just know certain things just because you know it. But let's get into this message. I'm not gonna say what club or what name or any of that stuff. I'm gonna keep her, out of it. But it says, "Hey, Sose The Ghost, I just wanted to take this time to truly thank you deeply for your YouTube videos explaining what the life of a 1%er and what girlfriends or property of consist of, explaining the rules and what to do and what not to do. Please forgive me for the novel ahead of time. I need to express and get this off my chest to gain some clarity and to be corrected if I missed anything else. I have been currently dating and seeing a member of a 1%er outlaw MC club who I'm very much in love with and have fallen for. We have been seeing each other for almost a year now, and I've been invited to a couple of road trips and to a few event parties. He's a Sgt At Arms, and I'm still trying to learn and try to understand things." So right there in itself, her saying that he's a Sgt At Arms says that when he brings her somewhere, a Sgt At Arms must hold the president down in all situations. So anywhere she's at, she's off with the old ladies. She's off with one of the prospects that'll hold down the old ladies. She is not really functioning with him because his main goal is protecting the president. So that in itself makes it very difficult to bring an old lady with you when you're a sergeant. He is a Sgt At Arms, and I'm still trying to learn and trying to understand things whenever I am out with him. He did ask me early on if I would like to be his PO, property of. I didn't understand what it was, so when I asked him, he directed me to speak with the Nomads women. So the first thing I'm gonna say about this is that's the first problem with this whole equation. If your old lady is trying to ask you like how she's supposed to maneuver when you're out somewhere, to tell her to go to another old lady to learn, I get what he's trying to do. To me, is not the way to do it. The other old lady is not a member of the club, even if she's been around for a long time. There's certain things that you as a brother want to maneuver in a certain way. You don't want your girl to maneuver exactly the same way as another old lady. You want it accustomed to the type of person that you are and what you deem as respect or how things are supposed to go. So she says she's been very close to the Nomads woman since being around. Now I am still learning about the 1%er outlaw MC club life, so please forgive me for my ignorance on things, and this is what I've been trying to talk to my man about. I recently found out that on a recent weekend event that took place in our home state, NYC, a couple of weeks ago, with an out-of-state MC members traveling in for the first time, what I did may be viewed as disrespectful without me knowing I was being disrespectful. And that's part of the game too. A lot of people don't understand what is disrespect. She has no clue what's disrespect, and she been with this brother for a year. So honestly, it's the brother's fault. The brother should have her on point. A year is a long time. He should be telling her like, yo, you gotta move like this, don't do that. When I'm with, with the president, go with the girls. Like that type of stuff should go without saying. Out of the blue, I was asked to direct some of the out-of-state members following me in a car to a club they were going to. I asked them in front of his Nomad, the president, why do I have to direct them? Why can't they have two MC members leading them? I didn't know I'm not supposed to question him like that. Me personally, like, I don't think that you should tell an old lady, look, direct them, do stuff like, they're not a member of the club. I'm big on, if that old lady is with that brother tells her like, yo, look, do this and that. But you directing an order to an old lady, I don't feel that that's the way it's supposed to be. Now, a president can't tell an old lady something. I'm not saying that, you know, because they're not in the club. You know what I'm saying? But to direct her to like go do like an order that has something to do with the brothers, it's kind of like, I don't know, it's mixing the two to me. I honestly had no idea that a woman or a lady of a 1%er is not supposed to question commands given on sight. I didn't realize that he would be questioned since he is technically responsible for me. I found out weeks later in conversation with him that he was fined for my actions. I'm so deeply ashamed and so deeply sorry. I meant no intent on disrespect in front of anyone. So my instinct was to question whatever it is right there that's being asked of me. The only reason I question it is because where we was going, it would be very hard to find parking for the cars, and I didn't want to deal with the headache. Then upon arriving, I had trouble finding a parking spot. So I told him I would just sit in the car while he goes in the club. I would just wait for him. Of course he didn't and wouldn't let that happen. Him and the Nomad found a spot for me to park. It looked tight, so I asked him if he could park for me because I was afraid I would hit other cars. I know he isn't supposed to wear his vest anytime while sitting in the car, so I held it for him while he parked for me. So that's another thing right there. Like, if you in an outlaw club, you're not supposed to let your old lady hold your cut. So he slipped on that too, you know? And that's not your fault, that's his fault. And do people do it when nobody's around? Yeah. I am just now realizing how my actions could have cost him everything. He is the first line of defense, and what I did appeared offensive. Again, I have never been part of an outlaw MC life, so I don't know the rules of engagement. He has 20+ years of experience in his life. I have none. I plan on going to the Nomad the next time I see him and apologize to him myself. I mean, I think that's the right thing to do. I have spoken to the Nomad's woman about this, and she was explaining this to me as well. I am deeply sorry, and I'm just ashamed that I may have caused him embarrassment. He was fined for my actions because he was responsible for me since he invited me to their event. So that's what I'm saying, like, you're responsible for whoever you bring, so it falls upon you. If he's been a member for 20 years, he knows the game, so he should have put you on to certain things. But you know, sometimes things come up that you don't expect. I am praying that it can be forgiven and it won't be held over my head. I now know this can't happen again. A woman is not supposed to question a man in the MC life. In a sense, we have no voice to question authoritative commands. I pray you get this and speak about it as well. My man directed me to your videos a while back. He also showed me a YouTube channel when we first started seeing each other. So this is mainly I knew afterwards to look at your videos on explanation of things. Thank you. We all learn, you know, we all make mistakes. Being in the game for so long, you know so much that it's like you almost expect people to know certain things. So I understand his point too, and I don't know the context of the whole situation. Did she get really huffy with him in front of everybody? Then you're wrong, you know what I'm saying? If you got all huffy in front of the brothers and made them look bad, then that's out of pocket, you know what I mean? But if you just question and then they took it serious, and this is why I say to the brothers that's watching this, that are in position, like especially if you're a sergeant, if it's a tight situation, like that seems like there was other clubs there that maybe like they had to be on .4 in that kind of situation. I say what he should have did was left you at home, leave your old lady at home if you can't even pay attention to her, because like that's how bad situations happen. As a sergeant, he needs to be focused on protecting that president. The president's well-being and the club's well-being is his #1 priority when he's out somewhere, so he can't be focused on his old lady. So when you take these positions too, brothers out there, understand that this is what comes with the game. If you have fun, listen, I'm gonna be honest with you, being a regular member sometimes is a lot more fun. You don't have the responsibility. You can run around with your old lady, chill, have a good time, depending on what the situation is. If you hold the position, especially all those out there that want to be the top dog, that want to be the president, you're getting pulled every way. They always want to talk to you, so you're not going to be able to just hang out, because a lot of responsibility comes with taking a position in the MC, especially in an outlaw MC. Let me know in the comments some stories, some old lady situations, some situations that maybe you messed up. Let me know what you've been through. I've seen it. I've seen brothers old ladies get their cuts taken. I've seen old ladies that were a mess and caused a lot of drama. I've seen some of the best old ladies. If you want to support the row, we got the new Ghost Savelli masks out right now. They are flying. Shout to everybody out there. You could get them at www.demonsroad.com. I got another video where I talk about the meaning of no colors allowed. When you see that in front of a biker bar, it'll be linked above. And thank you for tuning in to Sose The Ghost TV, which is sponsored by Demons Row, the holy grail of MC culture. Like, subscribe, and comment. And oh yeah, we ghosting, baby.